You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Gas prices continue to rise as we approach the busy summer travel season, and WYLN's Mackenzie Ocker explains why.
Gas prices have once again hit another record high this morning throughout the Commonwealth and United States. AAA has reported a gallon of regular unleaded is now $4.51, with diesel climbing to $6.22. The average price in the United States of regular grade gasoline has jumped 15 cents during the past 2 weeks to $4.38 per gallon. As of Sunday, the current price sat just a nickel below the highest average price in history at $4.43 set on March 11th, and the average price at the pump is $1.36 higher than it was a year ago. Oil prices also continue to rise after the European Union sanctioned Russian oil due to their ongoing invasion of Ukraine. To add more fuel to the fire, U.S. petroleum inventories have been seeing weekly declines as we approach the busy summer driving season. Many of us have been on the hunt to find cheaper gas prices, but as we look, some might wonder why prices throughout different locations are not the same as others. A spokesperson from AAA says the prices come from the distribution and marketing costs that the gas stations obtain. Some gas stations are part of larger companies who have bigger storage facilities nearby, so the quick access for them results in cheaper distribution costs, which means consumers will save a couple cents at the pump. On the other hand, smaller gas stations struggle, as some might be independently owned and have to pay a distributor to deliver fuel. Another key factor into all of this is gas prices are increasing, but there hasn't been a decline in people traveling. As we enter the summer travel season, prices will still continue to fluctuate. AAA has provided some tips on how to save money on gas, such as slowing down while driving, since higher speeds result in more aerodynamic drag. While driving on the highway, use cruise control to keep a consistent speed to save fuel. When driving in town, adjust your speed to time the traffic lights. This will cut down on repeated braking and acceleration that consumes more fuel. As you approach a red light or stop sign, remove your foot from the gas pedal and let your car coast down to a slower speed until it's time to brake. By doing these tips, you could save a couple cents the next time you fill up at the pump. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Mackenzie Ocker.
Thank you, Mackenzie. A Berwick man faces attempted homicide charges after repeatedly stabbing his upstairs neighbor Saturday afternoon. Police arrived at 1226 Spring Garden Avenue around 2:30 Saturday afternoon to find Edward Howe covered in blood but conscious. He told police he was waiting in the building's doorway for a pizza delivery when 37-year-old Christopher Broyan allegedly came out of a first-floor apartment and began stabbing him in the head, neck, and chest. Arriving officers maneuvered Broyan to the ground and took him into custody, and a sweep of his apartment yielded glass pipes and small containers of suspected marijuana. Broyan was charged with felony criminal attempted homicide and aggravated assault. He was jailed for lack of $250,000 cash bail, and a preliminary hearing was set for May 16th. Investigators cited no motive for the alleged attack. A small plane was forced to make an emergency landing this afternoon in Schuylkill County. Emergency personnel responded to a plane crash just after noon in West Penn Township near Tamaqua along St. Peter's Road. The plane reportedly took off from Queen City Municipal Airport in Allentown earlier this morning, and 3 people inside the plane at the time of the crash were able to get themselves out, only suffering minor injuries. Police say the plane had a single engine failure and was attempting to get to the Jake Arner Memorial Airport in Carbon County. However, the plane touched down in a cornfield and grassy area before crossing St. Peter's Road and flipping upside down in another field. We'll have more information for you as it becomes available. A Hazel Township woman was arrested after fleeing from state police and slamming into one of their vehicles. Troopers observed a silver Dodge Avenger leaving the Hazleton Police Barracks parking lot, and a traffic stop was conducted. The driver, 29-year-old April Vanek was wanted by authorities and driving on a suspended license. She was asked to exit her car, refused, and fled at an excessive speed, running a red light along Route 93 in the process. Vanek made her way onto Hollywood Boulevard while traveling in the wrong lane and slammed into a trooper's vehicle as she turned into a driveway. When police told her to get out for the second time, she again refused, but was eventually taken into custody. Vanek faces fleeing or attempting to elude police, driving under the influence, resisting arrest, reckless endangerment, and driving with a suspended or revoked license. She was unable to post $25,000 bail. Over 36 sexual abuse lawsuits withdrawn against the Diocese of Scranton could soon be reinstated. Attorneys and advocates for abuse victims say their best chance to attain justice hinges on legislation that provide a 2-year window for victims whose claims fall outside the statute of limitations, or a renewed effort to amend the state constitution to allow for the 2-year window. House Bill 951 was passed by the House last year but remains stalled in the Senate, and a referendum was supposed to appear on the May 2021 ballot, but the Department of State failed to advertise the issue, as required by law. When the process had to begin once again, the House and Senate approved the measure, but the second vote won't come up until the next legislative session in January. If approved, the referendum would be placed on the May 2023 ballot. A West Hazelton woman kicked a nurse and headbutted an officer while in police custody on Friday. Butler Township Police arrested 23-year-old Kiara Johnson on a warrant for failure to appear for sentencing in Luzerne County and found a small amount of marijuana in her purse. Johnson was transported to Wilkes-Barre General Hospital for medical clearance because she was pregnant and had several outbursts over several hours. While being removed from the room, she kicked one of the officers, repeatedly kicked a nurse that stepped in to help, headbutted another officer, and ended up damaging 2 doors and a pair of handcuffs she was wearing. Multiple corrections officers were also needed to get her back in the prison. She faces a dozen charges that include aggravated assault, resisting arrest, simple assault, and criminal mischief. Her bail was set at $100,000. Officials in Schuylkill County are asking for the public to help find a man who failed to appear at the courthouse last year. 45-year-old Victor Manuel Moliere failed to appear in court back on October 15th to plead guilty to felony offenses of burglary, criminal trespass, theft, and a misdemeanor crime of corruption of minors. He's described as a white male standing around 5'11" and weighing about 175 pounds. His last known address was listed at 114 Westwood Street in Minersville. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to call the DA's office at 570-628-1350 or the Schuylkill County tip line at 570-624-3988. All information received will remain confidential. Authorities in Luzerne County are on the lookout for a driver of a pickup truck that slammed into a garage early Friday morning. Police are searching for a hit-and-run driver after a pickup truck plowed right through a garage Friday morning around 3:30 along North Mill Street in Plymouth Township. The vehicle went through the garage and caused heavy damage to another vehicle parked on the other side before fleeing the scene. Luckily, nobody was injured in the crash. The investigation remains ongoing. A Luzerne County woman is being accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from a 95-year-old woman that was under her care. 21-year-old Anaya Lavelle allegedly wrote several fraudulent checks totaling $98,000 while working as the victim's home health aide. Police say that Lavelle was spending money from the same account used to deposit the checks at a local tattoo business. She was charged with forgery and theft by deception, among other related charges. Luzerne County Council plans to fill a vacant Republican seat on the county election board with just 1 week until May 17th's primary. Council's Authorities, Boards, and Commissions Committee will hold interviews tonight with 6 county residents who expressed interest in serving on the election board, which certifies the results of county elections. According to the county charter, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans are appointed, who then appoint a 5th member of any political affiliation to serve as chairperson. 1 Republican seat became vacant after Patrick Castellani resigned in March, and whoever the board appoints will serve until his term set to expire at the end of 2023. Tonight's interview session starts at 6 in the meeting room of the North River Street Courthouse in Wilkes-Barre. Lawmakers are seeking to legalize fentanyl test strips as overdoses continue to surge across the Keystone State. House Bill 1393 and Senate Bill 845 would amend the definition of drug paraphernalia under state law to explicitly exclude fentanyl test strips for personal use. The legislation, which has bipartisan support, would allow drug users to legally possess the test strips, which can be used to detect the deadly opiate fentanyl in heroin or other substances. The small strips of paper can detect fentanyl in any form of drug, whether it be a pill, powder, or liquid. Giving users access could help cut back on overdoses in Pennsylvania, which had over 5,000 fatal cases in 2020, nearly 85% of which were opioid-related. At least 18 other states already allow for personal use of the test strips. Coming up on Wyln News, L-Tri-C signs a union deal, plus highlights from the 2022 Kentucky Derby. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
I'm 3 years old and today is going to be sunny out.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill for Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists. Call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Luzerne County Community College approved a 3-year union deal with 3% annual pay increases. According to a union contract approved by the College Board of Trustees on Friday, faculty members will get 3% pay increases in each of the next 3 years. The union represents both teaching and non-teaching faculty, such as librarians, counselors, tutors, and learning support employees. The new collective bargaining agreement will go into effect on September 1st. And expire on August 31st of 2025. Some may have hit a rich strike on the 148th Kentucky Derby. As of Friday morning, Rich Strike wasn't entered in the Kentucky Derby until a scratch from Ethereal Road that morning claimed a spot for jockey Sonny Leon and his horse. Rich Strike was in the 17th position in the final turn and began advancing through the pack while moving to the inside as the race entered the front stretch. Derby favorite Zandon and Epic Center vied for the lead, but they were no match for Rich Strike, which became one of the longest odds horses to ever win the race. His win was the greatest odds upset since 1913, when 91-1 long shot Donerail claimed victory. Saturday's race marked the first time since 2019 where a full crowd was in attendance due to 2020 and 2021's pandemic limitations. Coming up on Jeansville's News Choice, we've got the details on Hazleton's summer kickoff party and Community and You, plus who's leading the way this week. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on Wyln TV.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Attention, WYLN viewers! WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and with us once again we have Gary Perna. How you doing, Gary?
Good. Thanks for having us, Julia.
Anytime. So today, Gary's going to be talking about the summer kickoff party happening right here in Hazleton, so I guess I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, we're excited. This is the first time we're doing an event like this up at City View Park in Hazleton. So the Recreation Department went out and we were able to secure 2 bands for the event, along with many food trucks and vendors that will be on hand. So the event will take place May 21st, City View Park, from 2 until 9. We will have Just Us Polka Band, who will be there performing during the day. We will have From the Bottom, who will be performing from 6 to 9 at night. They're a rock band. They do 70s and 80s cover band. We also have Dance Factory 2 and All That Dancing that will be performing at 2 different times throughout the day. So we have a lot that will be going on. Of course, the food trucks, the vendors. We'll also have demonstrations and a touch-a-truck event as well. So the police department, the fire department, our DPW, Pennsylvania State Police, Lehigh Valley EMS, and also the medevac helicopter will be landing up at City View Park for the event. So we have a lot going on to kick off summer this year.
And now this event is free to show up, rain or shine?
Yes, it will be rain or shine. Of course, some of the events may be kind of pushed around if there's rain, but we're hoping for no rain. We're hoping for a nice sunny Saturday afternoon to kick off the summer. And all this is, it's free to attend. Of course, you have to pay for food at the food trucks, but thanks to our generous sponsors, we were able to get the entertainment. We were able to make sure that this stays free as much as we can for the public. So we got entertainment sponsors. We have sponsors sponsoring the pavilions to make sure that, you know, we have a place for everyone to go. So this is a really cool event. This is something that will kick off the summer season for the city and City View Park. This year we have a number of events that are lined up at City View Park, both that the Recreation Department's hosting and events that are being hosted by other organizations from the city and throughout the area. So this is just another way our Recreation Department is going full steam ahead, and we're just excited that we can offer all this to the people of the greater Hazleton area.
And I'm sure you'll be back time and again to give us all the details on those upcoming events. But speaking of events, I know in the past with fireworks and stuff, transportation was one of those things, and parking. So how does it work for this event?
Yeah, so this event, we will have both gates of the park open. The way we are moving everything around up at the park, there should be plenty of parking for the event, so not a big problem. Of course, it is very accessible up at the park, and that was one of the big things. So there'll be plenty of seating, plenty of areas to spread out. So if you want to come up, listen to music, bring a blanket, and kind of lounge on the grass, you can. We'll have the bleachers. You can bring your own chairs. We have the picnic tables, so plenty of room. We'll have the park open for everybody, plenty of parking, and just kind of something for everybody in the family at this event on the 21st.
All right. Well, thank you so much for squeezing us in real quick, giving us the details on what's to come.
No problem. Thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing everyone out there to kick off summer in the city of Hazleton.
Of course. And you heard it here first, May 21st, summer kickoff party right here in Hazleton. Be sure to check it out, mark your calendars, and we'll see you next time in Community and You right here on WYLN.
Memberships are available at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The new upgrades will leave you with a distinctive and unique experience unlike any other venue in Northeast PA. Call Frank Gradis 570-233-5328. Email vccpro@thevalleycountryclub.com.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Abby is still perfecting her sidekick, and her jab is just for show. But for Abby, this is a remarkable day, because Abby recently defeated a real foe, cancer, when she partnered with Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital, a children's hospital close to home with more than 30 pediatric specialties. Take a bow, Abby. You deserve it. Lehigh Valley Riley Children's Hospital. Your health deserves a partner.
Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN CA 35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at 647 State Route 93, Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania 18249 during regular business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Mary Beth Cook's leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Leading the Way, where we explore the backstories of those who are paving the way in Northeast Pennsylvania toward a better future. And this week we are joined by Executive Director of the Helping Hands Society of Greater Hazleton, Mary Beth Cook. Welcome. Nice to have you here with us.
Nice to be here.
And we're going to learn all about Mary Beth Cook today, so maybe you can start us off in a room where children normally play. What was it like when you were a child? What were some of the things that you liked to do?
Well, let's see if I can remember. No, I had a wonderful childhood. At that time, you just grew up with neighbors, friends. You played outside.
Did you grow up
Not
here?
on a machine, but
Did you grow up here?
In Hazleton on Diamond Avenue. I had a wonderful, wonderful family. A lot of love, not a lot of money, but a lot of love. Great parents, great siblings and relatives. It was just all love.
What did you like to do?
We did everything outside, whether it was hopscotch or jump rope or Oliver Twist or playing ball, riding bikes. I mean, we got up in the morning, we would eat, we were out the door, and you just played. You came in for lunch and dinner. And
how about school?
I went to D.A. Harmon all the way up to 9th grade, and then I went to Hazleton, the high school.
Now, as you were starting to get a little bit older, did you have any idea what you thought you might like to do?
I did. I always was fascinated by Helen Keller stories and things like that, and I knew I wanted to work with children in the teaching aspect, and that's kind of, I followed that path. I went to Bloomsburg University and started out in special education, and then I actually got my degree in elementary education, but I had early childhood background and special ed.
Was there anyone in particular in your past that may have sparked this in you, or maybe was a mentor?
Oh, my goodness, so many people. All of my family. My brother, Jimmy, was the former executive director many years ago. It was Crippled Children's and then
Yes.
Easter Seals.
Yes.
Jimmy Leib. And my mother was very big into volunteering. She was on the board of directors. And all my siblings, but some great teachers along the way. And Ray Bradish, to name one big one. That man just would never give up on children, and I thought, wow, this man is such a wonderful man. And then many other teachers too, but he was one of the local ones. And just so many. I had great influences in my life. I really, really did.
Check back tomorrow night as Mary Beth Cook continues leading the way in part 2 of our series.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us to look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.